Okay, so by request, I'm going to go over my entire 55-gallon freshwater fancy goldfish tank and my rig. So I guess it all starts when the water overflows into these custom 1-inch PVC overflows that I built. You can see it back there. And attached to the top of each overflow, I have these airline tubes running to these toms, airlift pumps, and those constantly suck water out of the stack and everything, and make sure that the siphon will never fail. That little thing I got in there is actually a little noise reducer that I invented. It's just a zip tie on a piece of tube and stops it from gurgling a little bit. My feeding rig works well. So the water overflows down into these tubes into my first stage of my sump here. This first stage is just breaks the water up and evenly distributes it around this filter floss, which is just right here. It's just polyester fiber fill. Just make sure it's 100% polyester and safe. Stuff works awesome. That goes into a second bucket. These are just little hefty containers that fit this tank sideways. There, that whole thing it's full of all sorts of biological media. Everything from ceramics to bioballs and all sorts of stuff. It's kind of almost like a wet dry, depending on where I raise the water level to in this sump. So there's a little lobster in there. He just eats anything that makes it through, a little algae growing, and keeps everything in balance. I basically just threw every piece of filter media that I had into this sump. I figured, why not? And plus, if I ever want to set up another tank, I can just grab a bucket full of these and toss them in another tank and cycle it really fast. So the water overflows through these boxes into the sump, comes to the left side of the sump, and is pumped back up via this Rio. I don't know which one it is. It's like 600 gallons per hour or something. I don't know, something like that. So it gets pumped back up through this rig back here. It's just my return. I hard pumped it. Comes up this pipe right there, up on top, to a spray bar I made. Works good. It's a little clogged. Probably should clean that up. This thing rigged up. What's good about the spray bar is that if your pump ever fails, something goes wrong, it instantly starts sucking air, so it won't cause a reverse siphon. Because if it started reverse siphoning, then I would flood my sump tank down here. So it gets pumped up back into there. And that's about it. I really don't have to do any maintenance on this thing ever, except once in a while clean some algae. I never clean the bottom, any of the gravel, barely any plants. The balance is perfect. Come on, focus. There we go. The balance is perfect. These fish are amazing. I only have to change the water once every like 3 weeks. Sometimes I don't even do that. I just add water as it evaporates. But I test it and everything's perfect, so really no need. Anyway, I think that's about it. I just have, of course, an air pump, pumping air there. And that's about it. All right, let's give them a little food here. This little feeding ring I made out of just tubing. keeps all the food in there. Hungry. My Rhonda, however you want to say it, this guy, his head is getting so big that it's causing him some, oops, sorry. It's causing him some issues. He's just like, sometimes I thought he was sick or constipated or something because he was laying on the bottom a lot, and I realized he was just getting exhausted from holding up his huge head. It's big. That big growth that they grow on their heads can be problematic when they get older. But he's got a super healthy diet, and he doesn't show any symptoms of being sick other than just carrying this big head around. Anyway, those are my fish.